Okay, excellent. So, hello,
Hello.
welcome.
Hello, everyone.
We are opening a conversation. My name is Elena, and this is Jena,
Hi.
and we are two young women with spiritual practices that we are just find a lot in common with navigating and communicating our worlds and our realities. So it's a beautiful opportunity for us to talk to each other and connect with each other. And I think it starts with how we met. We both I used to live in Rome. I move in and out of Rome for work, but Jenna lives in Rome all the time, and she has done for many years. And there is a holistic group of women that all have different healing aspects and different qualities and energies. And it's a beautiful group. And we met at this chocolate festival, which was delightful. And we just had so much to talk about how our spiritual journeys, our spiritual practices, our gifts, how we feel being in such an energetically dense city with a lot of karma as Rome is, and how we kind of work with that and with the challenges. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
absolutely.
super beautiful. We've both done healings on each other, so we know each other quite well in that respect. So it's really
Yeah,
a wonderful
absolutely.
connection.
And it's super funny how we met as well, because how the energy works and things. It's as if I first saw her and I didn't know her at all. And as soon as I heard a little bit about her, it was like, boom, like I must speak with her. Um, and I really enjoy connections like that, because it's so intuitive. It's as if your energy is just matching up, and it's like you have so much to share with each other. And I love that aspect of my work, but also just my life in general. So tell us a little bit about what you do, if you would.
So what I do is quantum healing hypnosis technique, um, which is a lot of words for a beautiful process, which is developed by Dolores Cannon, who was this amazing hypnotist who basically started helping people who came back from Vietnam to become calm and relaxed. And in this deep state of relaxation, they started moving into past lives. And she started developing this technique, which has now grown into quantum healing hypnosis technique, which is the technique that we practice. And it's basically in a simplified collection of words. It's a past life regression hypnosis that allows a part of you to come through your higher self and communicate exactly what answers to questions that you have and other pieces of information that you might need on your current life journey in this lifetime. So every single session is just unique and beautiful and like a history lesson. Sometimes
Mm.
it's completely multi-dimensional. Sometimes it's totally woo, like we go out and we're in the other planets and other dimensions, and it's amazing, it's fascinating. And then other times it's, these very simple lives where, because people come and they have these intense lives where they're like got this job and this relationship and living here, and they've got so much stuff happening, and then in their past life it's very simple, and it's so interesting what comes up for different people. So that's what I do. And yeah, I've been doing it for almost a year and I absolutely love it. It's really like a amazing experience each time, definitely.
Mm.
Definitely. But I was lucky enough actually to have an angelic Reiki session with you, and it actually shifted my whole course of my whole where I was mentally, physically, and it was absolutely profound. And I really, really recommend anyone having a angelic Reiki session with Jena, because she just goes in there and moves everything out of the way, and it's just like, here's your message, and it's beautiful. Yeah, please tell us a bit about angelic Reiki and how you got into it.
Sure. So you did both the angelic Reiki and the sound healing to get like combined though, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I offer a few different modalities, and it was so interesting how you mentioned Dolores Cannon maybe came up with hers to help people who are going through some kind of trauma from war or post-war coming back and things like that. So I have a number of modalities. One of them I use is for like emotional healing in a sense. So emotion code is one of them, where it's like being a bit of an energetic detective and finding out what are some of the emotions that have gotten stuck as energies within you, and identifying them in relation to a challenge that somebody may be having, and then releasing that energy so that it's gone and the body can do its thing and heal itself. And maybe that's emotionally, maybe that's physically as well. So what you're talking about too is the angelic Reiki, and I love angelic Reiki so much. Even though when I got started, I was a bit skeptical. I think my soul took over at that point, was like, don't think about it logically, like you just want this. And so I was like, okay. So I ended up learning how to do it without logically like knowing all the whys and the whats and everything. And I think had I known that, I probably wouldn't have started it in the first place. But the very, very cool thing about angelic Reiki is that the the healer basically holds the space and supports and connects to the angelic kingdom of light to bring through angelic energy to support that individual and whatever they need at that time. So I'm not directing the healing at how it happens. It's like the kind of with quantum healing technique is the higher self is kind of in charge. So it's like whatever you really need is what's going to be supported. So for everyone, it is really different. And often it basically what it does is it helps to support a person's truest self, to really get to know themselves. And that may take time, lifetimes. It can also take a while, this lifetime as well, but it's clearing away what's in the way of us really knowing who we are. And I find that to be really, really exciting. So
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely profound. Really, really powerful work.
Yeah. And what got you interested in this healing technique that you do? It's always
Wow.
a interesting stories. I love hearing
Yeah,
about how
because
people
it's
got
part
started.
of our journey, right?
Mhm.
We are like, what are we, what should we put our energy into? Um, Gosh, it's a really long story, but I'm going to explain how I did a lot of traveling and moving around and living with different kind of spiritual communities, just beautiful. And I learned a lot. And one thing that I really loved doing was making meditations and making guided meditations. And I was fortunate enough to be living with an astrologer who guided me to this concept of quantum healing, and because hypnosis is like bringing yourself into a deep level of trance is something you can do with meditation anyway. So it's something that felt very natural, and it was just about learning the skills involved. But yeah, I just started doing it, and I tuned in with my heart, and I asked myself, is this really what I should be putting my energy into? And the answer was always just like, yes, just go for it. And it was really weird because I didn't think, that I would be doing something like this, but it's so interesting. And for me, that's really good, like this very stimulating and unique, and not necessarily like hands-on, but very head-on, like being aware of everything that a person is giving me through the interview, talking about trauma, talking about things that have affected them, and then being a vessel, similar as how you explained the angelic Reiki, like being a space holder where stuff can just come out of them to be lifted and shifted, and blocks be removed in a different way, but in a very similar way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about how I got started, and I think my story is quite a bit different from yours because for me, I was dealing with physical, like gut pain challenges, whatever. And I tried so many different conventional things that like things we normally think of, like, and nothing seemed to be working. And I was really frustrated. And I remember my mom had shown me the book, The Emotion Code. And I thought, okay, well, I can read about it and try doing it that way. And
Mm.
she demonstrated a little bit on me. And I was still a bit skeptical, but I was like, like I can feel that. So I kept kind of following the cord of like between pain and discomfort and trying something new. And I think that's what led me to angelic Reiki, is because I was like, I need healing. And at the time, I didn't realize that a lot of physical manifestations of pain and whatever actually have an energetic and often even an emotional component to them. And I didn't realize that until I had gone through a lot of trainings. And so that was really amazing for me, because if I hadn't been in that discomfort, I never would have gone the way that I did. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I often share with people, it's like your discomfort and your pain may just be that breakthrough point or that catalyst for getting to know yourself more, what you're capable of, and yeah, like what you really desire in life.
Yeah,
So it's pretty interesting.
it is. And you're right, that is definitely something that I think really resonates, this going to the point of the trauma, the pain, the thing that's blocking you, and going in there and
Mm,
finding out what the root is, and then that being like a launch pad into your role, part of your experience here on earth, how you can help others. It's powerful.
absolutely. And it's so true that most healers, whether they're, they have their own, you know, almost like internal modalities, like things that their own natural healing or their learned healing, it's always that going through your self-healing often to get to the point of being
Definitely.
that healer.
Definitely.
So
And
yeah,
do
it's
you find then that you attract like a certain type of person, or a person with a certain type of illness, or a certain trauma or background? Is there something that is like a niche of the type
mm,
of people that you help, or like what is
good
your kind
question.
of
So often, I think we often attract people who we have been almost in a sense, like, or things that we've gone through. For me, a lot of people who come to me are moving through anxiety or some type of stress or something that's causing them to not be able to do what it is that they want to do. So often it'll be that, or it'll be something like they have these desires that they want, and they just feel like they can't move forward. There's something blocking them, even though they know logically or even subconsciously that there's more for them than where they're currently at. um
Yeah.
Oftentimes it'll be people who may have challenges with work. They want to be in a certain place with work, and they're like, how do I even do that, because I can't control all these other people. So how can I go after the things that I really want when I can't control others? And the work that we do actually does support, while it is internal, it does support the external realities. I've worked with many people who are having challenges with work, and after the healing sessions, their external reality has shifted. Maybe those people treat them in a different, more positive way, or maybe they are having conversations that are more fruitful or things like that. So
Yeah.
even so, I guess especially for people who really want to control their reality in a sense, because that's something that I also work with myself. And those are often the people who come to work with me, or also people who want to uncover their own healing abilities or their own gifts. So they have some kind of desire or inkling. There's something hidden deep. I don't know where it is. I don't know how to reach it. And so they come to me, and we go deep into the energy, often with the sound healing that I do, to kind of pinpoint and reveal and clear out what's in the way of them, yeah, bringing that kind of to the surface. So those are often the people who I work with.
Yes.
How about you? Who do you love to help?
Oh gosh, I feel like I have a very particular type of person that comes to me. It's usually women that have had some kind of sexual trauma, and we work through that together, either in this life or in past lives. So it's like sensitive
Mhm.
women. I also have a lot of already right-brained people, meaning creative,
Mhm.
intuitive, often people that feel like they have a lot to express, but they struggle to express it in society, reality, their norm, their feeling different from their family, this kind of dynamic. I also seem to work a lot with people. Particularly, this is more for men, young men and elder men, but more males who have a lot of grief, often to do with someone passing that is very close to them, and they have emotional blockages,
Mhm.
or even they just need to talk about it in a safe environment. And it's really like a unique thing that I keep seeing in my clients, which is really interesting because I wouldn't have imagined that for me. Also, other dimensional people, which is classic, which is just people that are outside, not outside, but feel like, gosh, reality, society, 9 to 5 job. How do they might do it, but they don't feel like this is their calling. They know that they
Mhm.
want to do something else. So it is a range of people, but there seem to be some parallels between the types of people that I magnetically find myself aligned with,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
interesting. Very, very interesting, actually.
Absolutely. Is there anything else like we should know, or if somebody wanted to work with you, like what's something they should, I don't know, they should know? Is there anything you want to share?
Um, I would say that I am very I'm very gentle and soft, but I'm also very, very firm, and I'm very like, I can tell when part of them that's speaking isn't their higher self, or I've had a lot of experience with this kind of thing. So if they come to me, expect big shifts in their life, basically, because we're going to go there and it's going to come out, and it's going to move on. And it's not me, it's me, something moving through me, allowing that something to come out of them. So it's like this in tandem work, which is just unique. Each time is unique. I mean, I can't actually plan or know exactly what's coming with it, but if people want to connect with me, know more about it, or stay up to date with what I'm doing, then they can catch me on Facebook or Instagram. My name on Facebook is Elena Passani, and on Instagram my name is Quantum L. So you can find me there, and you can send me any messages if you have any questions. And what about you, Jena? Where can we find you?
Right now, you can find me on Instagram at Jena's Energetic Adventures, and also on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel where I share a lot of my sound healing and particular themes that may be useful to people, and that is Let the Best You Shine. So you can find me either place, and that's where I like to share a lot of that sound work. It's very fun. So
really good. I recommend checking it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you everyone for following us to the end of this video. And again, if you have any questions or want to reach out and learn more, you can find us on our pages, and we'll probably do this again. So we look forward to sharing more with you in the future.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for listening, and take it easy. Ciao.
Bye everyone. Ciao.